Update 2.0 is here, and as you can see, there's been a lot of work done to this. Big credit to Rate Sports and Cujo Matty for all the work that has been put into this. Let's jump into some of the installs. Open your browser, navigate to NFL2k5.com, click Play on PC. It'll take you to this page. Click Download. It'll take you to the GitHub page. And then here you're just going to want to scroll down, and for this one you're going to want to download the PC update only. And you can save it anywhere. I saved it to my downloads. Once it's saved, go ahead and extract the zip file. What I did was I created a quick setup guide for everybody just as like a reference, so feel free to use it, or if you don't want to, that's cool too. We're going to go ahead and launch setup exe, and we're going to accept, say next, next. You don't need to create shortcuts, you already have them. Next, install. And this is only going to give you the update that you need. Don't launch it, click finish. Relaunch your GME tool at least once. I would load the ROS player portraits so that you have that for the roster file. And close that out. Next, you're going to want to open up MyMC and then open up your memory card. And from here, you're going to want to import the roster files. So I did create a franchise, which thanks to DJ Stevo627, he put together a schedule for us this year. So again, they're just camp rosters, so you know, don't expect the world. But that's it, you're done for the update. Open a browser, navigate to NFL2k5.com, click Play on PC, download. This will take you over to the GitHub page. Once you're here, scroll down, and then you're going to want to download the PC full install this time. So go ahead and click on that, download and save it somewhere. I saved it to my downloads. After it's saved, go ahead and extract it. Jump into the folder. And in here, there's a quick setup guide that I put together to kind of help you as a reference. If you want to use it, cool. If not, I'm sure you'll figure it out. So next we're going to go ahead and launch the exe, and this is for the full setup, so we're going to acknowledge that, next. I recommend putting it directly on your C disk, but the installation directory is really up to you. So I'm going to put it on C disk, next. You definitely want to enable shortcuts, next, and then let it install. After the install completes, I would uncheck it so it doesn't launch. I'm just going to shift my icons. Now you're going to want to launch the GME tool at least once so it sets the file path correctly. And then from here you're going to want to right click on the emulator shortcut and open file location. This will take you to the install directory, and here's where you're going to want to copy or move in your BIOS and your game disk ISO. I recommend putting the game disk ISO into the ISO directory for easy searching. We're going to reopen the tool, and we're going to go ahead and activate the ROS player portraits, which is going to be for the roster file. And then we're going to go ahead and launch the emulator. Go into settings, and here's the game list that I was talking about. So you're going to want to scan and search that directory. So this is why it's important to put the game in the ISO. So let it scan, it'll find the game disk, and then let's go in and set your graphics to whatever your hardware settings are. So you're going to set this. And then next we'll jump right into creating that 40 gig virtual hard disk. We're going to enable this. We're going to browse, and I recommend keeping it in the same directory, so that VHDD folder is what's that for. We'll save there, and then we'll create that image. Once that's done, we're going to want to close out of settings, and then we're going to want to fast boot the ULE 438. Now once we're in here, we're going to hit O, and then we're going to go down to miscellaneous, hit O, and then we're going to go to HDD manager. O, this will take you into format, and then once you get in there, you're going to hit the right trigger. You're going to select format, OK. Once it's done, you'll see that the disk is formatted, it displays. Now you can just go ahead and shut down. I recommend you go ahead and map your controller so you can get there from the file dropdown, where you can actually click the controller icon and remap your buttons. That's it for setting up. Just go ahead and load the roster or franchise file, and make sure you have the player portraits enabled, and have fun playing. Because we manipulated the roster for the stadiums for the Cardinals, Chargers, and Raiders, if you're going to play a Chargers home game, you're going to want to come in here and you're going to want to enable the Chargers SoFi Stadium mod. Be on the lookout, there will be links for Xbox setup from Rate Sports, and I just want to a big thanks to Cujo Matty and Rate Sports for really helping me get this to where it is today. Wouldn't be where we are today without those guys and everyone else that really helps and contributes. So we hope everyone enjoys the mod update, have fun playing, and thanks as always.